I have, dang it. Take 50 or whatever, I don't know. Hello everybody, welcome back to the End of Me HD 15. My name is Cody Bryan. I must apologize, this week I have been moving into the new house that I've been talking about. And as you can see behind me, it's still a work in progress. Today is actually the 14th of April. What I want to do today is answer the questions that people have been asking me. Of course, I'm going to start with Sarah's question because she's my cousin, and I think I owe her that much for doing the videos. Why did you wait so long to get tested for HD? That is a good question. Why did I wait so long? To be honest, it was mainly fear, because seeing the disease firsthand with my dad and my uncle was just so shocking. I was just afraid that I wouldn't be able to live my life normally, because I wanted everything else in life. I wanted, a relationship with a girl. I wanted a family. And I thought if I knew I had the disease, I wouldn't go after those things. And so that's why I waited so long to get the disease tested to find out. Next, Amber Jonas Barker's question. Have you researched the effects of dietary changes and if there are certain foods that can make your symptoms worse? I haven't researched them myself. I've been told different things. I really don't research all that much on the disease. However, I've noticed different things, like with my dad and my uncle, when it came to their diets. If they ate a little more healthy, they were a little easier to get along with. It's been believed that health does change, at least the degeneration of the disease, as in the speed of the degeneration. That's what I'm told anyway. Kristen Mills' question. Can you get any kind of therapy to help maintain the skills and strength that you have? I have actually tried a physical therapist because I thought, this before I got tested, I thought that I could still get back to playing basketball. That's what I really wanted to do, was get back to playing basketball. So I tried using the professional trainer, and he noticed everything in my step, everything from the way that I would lift a weight. He would notice that I couldn't balance weights. And because I couldn't balance weights, I couldn't use the correct motion to lift the weight. And because I couldn't do that, I couldn't work on certain muscle groups. So he said that even with training, that the disease was just going to be getting worse, and that there wasn't really anything else that he could do for me. Maybe it would have been easier if we had caught it sooner. I have a question from Megan Simmons Deal. Have you ever been scared of not living a long time, and is it scary knowing that you have it and there is no turning back? Yes, it is. Very scary. Does it make things harder to do that you once could? Yes. Was it the last stage in HD before it gets too debilitating to do things for yourself? Yeah, it is. The worse the disease gets, right now, my sister, she can't even feed herself. Her hands are shaking way too much, and same for my dad and my uncle. They were the same way right around that time in their life. So, it gets a lot harder to do stuff. As far as how long you live, it's really, really just so random. With every person is different with this disease. So there's no way to know exactly when you're gonna die, and how much it will progress. There's no way to know. Right now, the way that modern medicine is, you can only know if you have it. I have another question from Amber Jonas Barker. It says, what are you most afraid of? To be honest, I'm most afraid, because I am a Christian, I'm most afraid of doing something that God would not want. Because the way the disease works is it makes you focus on what you want. It takes you back to a childhood mindset where you just focus on one thing at a time, and until you get that thing that you really want, you don't think about anything else. That, and the fact that when you're watching a movie or anything, whatever you're doing at that moment, you're so focused in on that one thing that you're not thinking about anybody else or anything else. And it's really hard because I used to think about God anytime I was doing anything, and I could feel His presence with me. And right now, I just don't actually feel emotionally. And that's one of the things I just don't want to, that's what I'm afraid of doing or losing. I have a question from Tom. Do you still make goals and plans for the future, or do you figure that you won't be able to, so you avoid planning? It's kind of if on that, either or, because I like planning stuff for the future, but at the same time, when it comes to things like family, if I ever wanted to be in any other relationship, it would be totally up to that other girl. And I just can't, I don't feel like I have the right to ask that of anybody. When it comes to things like, for instance, playing music on an instrument, which is one of the key things that I still do, I'm afraid that in the future it will eventually be too hard for me to play or record music, and I hate the thought of that. At the same time, my mind almost does that automatic shut off, to where it's like, what's the point in putting all that effort into it when you're not going to be able to play it? Question from Megan Core. With Huntington's being hereditary, does it affect your decision whether or not to have children? It comes to, that was one thing I had to decide, but basically what I decided was that if God wants you to have kids, you're going to have kids. On the other side, I also wanted it to just be, if I ever got in a relationship again and got married, I would want it to be a personal decision between me and her, because I don't know how she would feel about something like that is that serious. For me, if God wants it to happen, it'll happen. That's the way I feel about it. And I'm not against having kids. I really, really want my own kids, but it's just between me and whoever I wind up being with in the future. So, thanks for your question, guys. And once again, I'd just like to say we're going to do these questions and answers every once in a while. So please keep on asking me questions, and I will answer in these videos. And I want to give a shout out again for Sarah. Her Twitter is sjoy88 and her YouTube is sarahjoy88. Once again, check out the clinic in Wichita, www.huntingtonsclinic.com. Also, my Twitter and Gmail and this YouTube are all the same. The End of Me HD 15. Thank you guys for stopping by, and y'all take care.